Newton's first law of motion states that an object will remain at rest or in uniform motion in a straight line unless and until it is acted upon by an external force. So this law is all about inertia. What is inertia? The tendency of object to resist the changes in their state of motion. Now let us take an example. You are sitting in a parked car, all strapped in and ready to go. Suddenly the driver hits the gas pedal and the car accelerates forward. But why do you feel pushed back into your seat? That's because of the Newton's first law of motion. Your body wants to stay at rest, but the car's acceleration provides external force that propels you forwards. Now imagine you are playing tug of war with your friends. If both the teams pull with equal force, the rope remains stationary in the middle. Why? Because the forces are balanced. And according to Newton's first law, the rope will stay in its current state of motion, which is at rest. But what if one team suddenly lets go of the rope? That unbalanced force causes the rope to accelerate in the direction of remaining team's pull, demonstrating the Newton's law once again. Now let us do few multiple choice questions which are very important from the exam point of view. Which of the following scenarios best demonstrates the Newton's first law in action? A. A rocket launching into space. B. A car coming to a stop at red light. C. A child swinging on a swing. D. A balloon floating in the air. So the correct answer here is a child swinging on a swing. When a child swings on a swing, they continue moving back and forth until an external force such as friction or the child's own leg stop them. This illustrates the Newton's first law, as a child's body tends to remain in motion unless acted upon by an external force. Why does passenger feel thrown forward when a car suddenly stops? This we have considered now only. Now let us see the options. Due to force of gravity pulling them forwards. B. Due to air resistance pushing against them. C. Due to the car's sudden deceleration. D. Due to the absence of seat belts. The correct option here is due to the car's sudden deceleration. This car has suddenly stopped, so there is sudden deceleration. So Newton's first law states that object in motion tends to stay in motion unless acted upon by an external force. When a car suddenly stops, the passenger body tends to continue moving forward due to inertia, causing them to feel thrown forward. What does Newton's first law of motion state? A. An object will accelerate when acted upon by a force. B. An object will remain at rest unless acted upon by an external force. C. An object will continue moving in a straight line in constant speed. D. An object will change its direction when a force is applied. What do you think is the correct answer? You can hit in the comment box. So the correct option here is B. An object will remain at rest unless and until it is acted upon by an external force. So Newton's first law of motion states that the object will remain at rest or in uniform motion unless acted upon by an external force. Which of the following best describes inertia? The tendency of object to resist change in their state of motion. B. The force required to accelerate an object. C. The speed of an object in motion. D. The force exerted by an object when it is at rest. So the correct option here is A. The tendency of an object to resist change in their state of motion. So what is inertia? Inertia is the property of matter. Inertia is the property of matter that describes its resistance to change in motion. So it resists the change in motion. So it tries to maintain its status quo. It tries to be where it is. So inertia is the property of matter that describes its resistance to change in motion. Which of the following scenario demonstrates balance forces according to Newton's first law? A. A rocket launching into space. B. A book sliding across a table with constant velocity. A tug of war where both teams pull with equal force. D. A bicycle slowing down to stop. So the correct option here is C. A tug of war where both teams pull with equal force, as we discussed earlier. So in a tug of war, when both the teams pull with equal force, then what happens? The forces are balanced and the rope remains stationary in according to the Newton's first law. Which of the following statement is true about inertia? Inertia depends on the mass of object. B. Inertia causes object to move at high speeds. C. Inertia is only applicable to objects at rest. D. Inertia is not affected by external forces. So the correct option is inertia depends on the mass of object. Inertia is directly related to the mass of an object, with more massive objects having greater inertia. The more the weight, the greater, more the mass, the greater is the inertia. What happens to motion of a saucer ball kicked across a field if no frictional forces are present? A. The ball accelerates indefinitely. B. The ball slows down and stops. C. The ball maintains its velocity. D. The ball changes direction randomly. The correct option here is ball maintains its velocity. In the absence of frictional forces, the saucer ball will continue moving at constant velocity as per Newton's first law.